Benny boy, you're a handsome man. Benny boy, very handsome dog. You're a very, very, very good looking dog, Benny. You're a very handsome man dog, Benny. Benny, you're a very, very, very handsome man, Benny. You're a good boy, Benny. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a oak empath. I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. Today, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about things today. As things go. I made some notes. Mom and I had some pretty good conversation, and when she and I talk about stuff, I'm like, I gotta write that down. I made a good breakfast. Good breakfast. Eggs, squash, broccoli. Even forgot there was some cheese. I don't ordinarily buy as cheese much. It's more of a treat kind of thing. And I made tomato, avocado, and cheese sandwiches on French bread last week, so that's why I bought the cheese for that occasion. But so I had some in the fridge still from that, and I was like, "Oh, I better eat that." So I made it in the eggs. And so we sit there and we're eating breakfast, and I was like, you look in the bowl, and because I love food. I have a relationship with food. Food used to be my best friend. Alcohol used to be my best friend till I became my own best friend. But what I like to do is I'd like to talk about my relationship with food sometimes, and then maybe somebody hears something that they might not need to hear. They can relate to me and be like, oh, okay. And that's how connections are made, when people have a lot in common. Sometimes people don't have anything in common. I can sometimes make connections with people I don't have a lot in common with. However, there need to be commonalities. There have to be some. So I like to make. I was telling Mom, I was like, you get your plate of food. I was like, and you know it, within that plate of food, there's the best bite. There's the best bite of that meal, right? And I like making that best bite. Take a little of this, a little of that. Just the best bite. And then I know it's the best bite. Then I take that best bite and I give it to somebody else. Because I know it's the best bite. But when I give it to somebody else and I'm like, here, taste this. And then they taste it and they're like, oh. Because when you get the best bite, it's an intention. It's love. It's sharing all the goodness, all the nutrients, and when you eat good healthy food, your cells say thank you for eating good healthy food. Like, it tingles, it makes your cells tingle. It's great. When you eat crap food, just like, you get full, but that's it. And sometimes you'll eat something that tastes like something that you ate when you were a kid, and that puts you in a vibrational frequency that and then your body responds to that emotional attachment to that time period because of memory taste. But you eat food that you grow out of every day, that's your body's like, so I gave Mom the best bite. Some people say save the best bite for last. Nah, because there's only one. Why wait? What if you don't? What if halfway through the freaking meal somebody drops a bomb? You never get, or something. I mean, what if you don't get to the end? I love food, man. I have a better relationship now. I can just have bites of things. I don't have a big old appetite, and a lot of stuff I can't eat. I mean, I will eat. I just have to, like, hot spicy food. I love it. I love it. I love it. When I worked in Chevy's when I was younger, the kitchen, Juan, I was like, make me something hot, Juan. Make me something spicy hot. He called me Margarito. Margarito, because I was always masculine. I thought he was a clever fuck. He was a fucking dick. Those kitchen guys, man. Margarito, I will make you something so hot it will burn your ass. I'm like, so then after that, I'd go in the kitchen, I'd be like, Juan, make me something burn your ass hot, Juan. But I can't do that anymore because it's not worth it because my guts hurt. I have a sensitive stomach. I carry all my stress. Us little stress babies, us little trauma buried babies. A lot of us, it's common that we carry stress. And you like my shirt? I like it. We carry our stress in our guts. I eat a lot of soft food. I don't actually eat a lot of food, period. Let's see what else these notes say, because I can't really be yammering. It's haircut day. I get to go get a haircut today. I was like, Mom, it's haircut day. I just love haircuts. I go to a cool guy, Calvin Connection Cuts on Liberty. Is it Liberty? Or the other one? I get them all mixed up. I call him up. I call him up this morning. He's like, Connection Cuts is Calvin. He's a big old black dude. Big old black dude. He went and got his own equipment during the shutdown because he couldn't go to the gym. He's like, because he started getting fit and stuff, you know. Big old dude. He knows how things work. He knows how things work. He knows what's up. We have good conversations at the barber shop. It's so Friday. It's so barber shop. Only with Heyoka. People are, I don't know, we just, anyway, so I'm going to get it. That's my, so I was telling Mom, I said, well, she's like, are you going to get it cut really short? And I was like, no, Mom, not real short. I said, I'm not going to do that no more. I want to have real long hair like you, pretty long hair like you, but I'm too much of a hothead. I can't. Kitty! I can't. I get too hot, and when I get hot, I get intolerant, and when I get intolerant, I get mouthy. So it's really for everyone. It's best insurance that I just let the top grow out. Keep letting the top grow out, and then shaving the sides and the back. So, and he does a nice freaking fade. People in different parts of the country call hair, like barbers, they use different terminology. So I can go into one part of the country and ask for something. That's why they name haircuts and stuff. Anyway, so I'm gonna have really long with the racing stripe because of my, where is it? It's all, I got this white patch that people in my family get, and it's, when my hair gets really long, it'll be a racing stripe. Well, I just jacked that all. Just screwed the. Anyway, moving on. Where the crime. Oh! Where's the crime and humanity in my birth story? I gotta put the cat inside. I'm not paying enough attention. Kitty! Kitty! You wanna go exploring? I don't want to. Go on the other side of the house. Go on the other side of the yard, or you go in the house with your cute little fluffy butt. Come on, over there. Listen, I know I'm gonna go get a haircut soon, so you want outside time, right? Yeah? You want outside time, right? Whoa! When I was born in 1974, ain't this a racket? And this is what people like me are here to do, is tell the truth about stories and how we recall things. I was a little weird autistic girl, but they don't test for that stuff much in the 70s. They just put you in a class. They just don't. They just try to keep you calm enough to not, make teachers too crazy and stuff like that. And I don't know. I just had I always had a lot of energy, and I always asked a bunch of questions. People didn't like the questions that I asked, and they're really not gonna like them now. So when I was born in 1974, low birth weight, 6.4 ounces. They took one of my mom's ovaries. They cut her uterus in half, took one of her ovaries. I want to do a DNA test because I wonder if I have siblings out there. Because what are they going to do with it? What are you going to do with one ovary? I know what you do with the after effects of it. You know what they do? I'll tell you what they do with the after effects. Because a woman, everything's about balance. Everything's about energy. Okay, and so what they would do is that they would castrate women. That's She was castrated. Is what the she didn't authorize this. There was nothing wrong with her. She was a healthy, vibrant 25-year-old woman, 24-year-old woman in good condition. There was no reason for them to cut her uterus in half and take out her ovary, except for that's what they did with poor girls, poor women in her demographic in the 70s. See, because what they could do is what that did is it causes a great dissonance in the female, because every month when her uterus and her ovaries ching line up with the moon and activate and say, okay, baby, baby making machine activated, whatever, however, it's all my interpretation is from public school, mind you. And so, and it does that, but it doesn't got it. It's like it's a 9-volt battery, and you then it's only touching one of the prongs. It's not closing the circuit. So she went crazy. It causes it's what they call a hormonal imbalance. People have them naturally, but our governments and doctors in recent history have been creating this shit so that they can sell things like Premarin to replace hormone therapy that you fucking caused to begin with. Where's her compensation? Where is her compensation for you mutilating her? She had a stroke when she was 30. I mean, and people like her. How many people did they do that to? How many of your parents were torn apart because your mom was crazy because of something some fucking nut doctor did? And that's why I'm really excited that the holistic ways are coming back, and all those doctors that, we have insurance companies. All that shit is just to pay somebody. But if you just care about somebody's health, I just care about somebody's health. I can help teach people stay healthy, and then you don't need a doctor. And I'm not asking for people millions and billions of dollars because people don't need to pay for my ego. See, what I'm trying to do is make up to the world, the earth, the damage that I made when I lived in my ego, and what I tied myself to when I lived in my ego, and what I allowed myself to be a part of, the machine. And now the machine never got oiled, and the machine never got maintained, and they just kept paying themselves to paint the machine and to put signs on the machine and to label the machine, and then every few months they would remarket, rebrand, rename the machine in different fonts, different colors. But but inside all the parts are worn and broken down, and it's all falling apart. Keegan, big fan of Keegan, and she did a talk recently on, I showed my mom it. I'm like, look, Mom, he's Tom Hanks when he was doing Forrest Gump. He freaking was doing the Lucy. She calls it the Lucy. Doing the Lucy. The two finger up, two finger, and he was in Forrest Gump, and she was talking about the medals and all that. I don't want to talk. Do you? If I want to talk to people, I'd call them. I don't even know. Yeah, anyway. So the Lucy, he was doing the Lucy, and that was back in Forrest Gump, and this is like, so that's the stuff I like, is like she's busting these people out. So what I did is I looked up this morning the presidential I looked up the presidential award and stuff, and kind of went down an anthole of my own. But then I was looking at the people who won it, and all these guys, they're all creeps. They all just were like, they all were freaking dirty, like the same guys that they're all doing dirty stuff. The whole world is run by perverts. And that's the reality of the situation of it is. And people are looking at people and they're like, oh my God, my dad is a pervert, and they don't want to see that. And they're saying, oh my God, my mom is she takes, they're seeing all the shadow aspects in people all the parts that people have kept done a real good job to try to keep hidden for years and years, because you can't, a liar can't keep track of all his lies. And when you get to be 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old and you've been lying about shit your whole life, you slip up. I saw a freaking video this morning on InstaSnap. It was, I don't think it was hashtag digital soldiers. It was one of those. But it was a picture, and it was like a news conference, room full of people. Biden's holding a little girl's hand, and he's putting her hand in his over his junk, to the point that the girl like reacts, looks up at him like, what are you doing? And that's the guy that's fucking running for president right now. They're creeps then. They're creeps now. They're only the creepiest because they never stopped being a fucking creep. They just kept paying people to, don't tell people I'm a creep, okay? Don't tell anybody about this, okay? It'll be our little secret, okay? Don't tell anybody I'm a dirty creep. You know? And they're doing it all, and it's just like, you know, everybody's finding out. And now the people are reaping what they're so. Even if you didn't do this shit, like even if that Chris, and I think she's nasty, swell. I think she did, but even if she didn't, the stuff that she said, about, you know, about the stuff that she said in her old tweets, that ain't funny. You don't play like that. So now you're getting what you get just because you don't talk about, you ain't funny. So people seem to. You sow what you reap. You reap what you sow. You really do. People really do in life. And so that's what's happening is people are just, I gotta remember not to feel too bad about for them, you know, because it sucks to watch people freaking go through a hard time, even if they did, you know, it's a hard time, even if they brought it on themselves, you know. I can have empathy for even that, you know, that it was really cool that ex-cop, that Sacramento, he raped like 50 women. I mean, it's just like, it's the no vibers. They put themselves in paradigms to prey on people. And now the people are, like me, are teaching other people how to pick them out of a fucking crowd. We pick people out of a crowd. We pick the no vibrant evil. I can pick evil people out of a crowd. I can do that. Yep. So I was like, I had a stressful situation where I couldn't find Stanley for a second, and then Benny was wanting to play and do, and Benny popped him in the bottom of the chin because he was just like, let's go play, and I couldn't find the cat anywhere, and so, like, and we were outside, and so, cause I was snapping, and he was just like, no, people get stuck in a loop. They get stuck, and they get stuck in their own frame of thought. So I bumped him on the bottom, and just not hard at all, just like that, just stop, just to get him to come. And he came out of it, and then he went, and then he got his feelings hurt. Obviously, I said, I need to find the cat, and he ran in the living room, and then a couple minutes after that, I found the cat, and then I went in and got him. I'm like, Benny, come on, let's go outside. I said, Benny, you're a good boy. I said, you didn't do anything wrong. I had to do something else, and I couldn't play with you right then. And no, we can go outside. So I get excited, and then you know, he was so easy to forget. He was quickly to forget. But what happens is when people do that too much, it's like there's people that are mean to people on purpose because they like to see that hurt. I don't like to see that hurt. I don't like to be the cause of that hurt. But people like it, and they get all twisted up, and then they carry that, and then later they think about how they hurt people, and then they go, and it's really twisted. It's their sickness. Hey, Nubbins, the squirrel. You see him leave? I got him just in time. He just leaped. You're cool, Nubbins. He only has half a tail, so I call him Nubbins the squirrel. Good boy, Beanie. They got all shaky. So and animals are really, and then I was loving on them and stuff like that. And then I was like, you know what? That's the other side of it. You know, people that have had a lot of anger and a lot of pain in their life is that they do stuff, is they get mad like I did, but then they just feel bad about it without going and addressing it with the kid or the dog or whatever that they snapped at. They just keep it inside. And then they'll do something to make themselves feel better, like eat or drink or whatever. And then when they drink, then, then they feel bad and then they're all nice. But then I don't know. People's psychology is weird. But I just like to try and make things right because I don't like to leave things in unrest and not peaceful. I really am a peaceful being, even though I could be a freaking hell warrior on earth, a spiritual warrior on earth. Yeah, I said I can a hellion spiritual warrior on a full spectrum. I'm definitely for the light, but to find the light, sometimes you got to go in the dark. And where's the darkness? It's in hell. You got to go to the hell on earth, to raise those people in a vibrational frequency past the harm, where they want to not cause harm to people and things. So you got to help people heal, so they don't want to hurt other people, and that's what the direction the world's going into. And I'm pretty excited about that. But I got to get going because it's almost. I got to get pants on. I was like, Mom, I'm gonna go do laundry. This was yesterday. She's like, Margie. I lean in, she's like, don't forget to put your pants on. I'm like, oh, Mom's got jokes.